Stop scrolling for a moment and listen carefully. Life has a way of making us feel unnoticed. Some days you carry burdens that no one else can see. You smile when people are around, but deep inside you are fighting battles that leave you exhausted. Perhaps lately, you have been questioning your future. You have wondered if your prayers are reaching heaven. If that sounds familiar, this message is for you. God knows every challenge you have faced. He sees every tear that has fallen when no one else was watching. He understands the weight you have been carrying and the questions that keep you awake at night. Even when you feel forgotten, God has not forgotten you. Even when you cannot see a way forward, He is still working behind the scenes. Your current situation is not the end of your story. There are moments in life when disappointment seems to come from every direction. Plans fail, relationships change, opportunities disappear, and suddenly the future looks uncertain. During those moments, it is easy to believe that nothing is happening. It is easy to assume that God is silent. But silence does not mean absence. Just because you cannot, some of the greatest changes happen beneath the surface long before they become visible. A seed grows underground before it ever breaks through the soil. In the same way, God often works in hidden places before revealing His plans. The waiting season can be difficult, but it is not wasted. Every challenge is developing strength within you. Every delay is teaching patience. Every obstacle is preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. Maybe there was a moment recently when you felt completely overwhelmed. You reached a point where you did not know what to do next. Perhaps you whispered a prayer, asking for guidance, comfort, or hope. The beautiful truth is that God hears even the quietest prayers. He hears the words you speak and the cries you cannot put into words. He knows your fears, your dreams, your disappointments, and your hopes for the future. Today, He wants you to remember that your value does not come from your circumstances. It does not come from your achievements, your finances, or the opinions of others. Your value comes from being loved by God. You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. Your life has purpose. Many people give up too soon because they cannot see what lies ahead. They focus on what is missing instead of what God is building. When doors remain closed, they assume the answer is no. When progress feels slow, they believe nothing will ever change. But faith means trusting God even when you do not have all the answers. It means continuing to move. Some of the greatest blessings arrive after seasons of uncertainty. Looking back, you may discover that what felt like rejection was actually protection. What seemed like a delay was preparation. What looked like an ending was really the beginning of something greater. God sees the full picture while we only see a small part. That is why you can trust Him even when life does not make sense. His plans for you are greater than anything you can currently imagine. There are battles that take place within the heart. Fear tells you that you are not strong enough. Doubt tells you that nothing will improve. Regret reminds you of past mistakes and tries to convince you that your future has already been decided. But those voices do not define you. God's truth is greater than your fear. His promises are stronger than your doubts. Every person makes mistakes. Every person faces setbacks. Yet God specializes in restoring what seems broken. He can bring beauty from ashes, purpose from pain, and hope from disappointment. The chapters of your life that cause the most hurt do not have to become the final chapters. With God, even difficult experiences can be used for growth. The pain you survived may one day become the testimony that encourages someone else to keep going. Sometimes growth requires letting go. There are relationships, habits, and situations that belong in the past. Holding on to them may feel comfortable because they are familiar, but they can also prevent you from moving forward. God often calls people into new seasons that require courage. That courage may involve forgiving someone who hurt you, It may involve releasing bitterness that has weighed down your heart for years. It may involve walking away from something that no longer aligns with your purpose. Letting go is not always easy, but healing becomes possible when you stop carrying what was never meant to stay with you forever. Trust that God knows what He is doing. When He closes one door, He is often guiding you toward another. Your future becomes clearer when you stop looking backward and start moving forward in faith. Right now, you may be facing challenges that seem larger than your strength. The pressure feels heavy, and the answers seem far away. Yet God has carried you through difficult seasons before, and He will do it again. Think about every obstacle you thought would break you. Think about every storm you believed you would never survive. Somehow, you are still here. It is because God was carrying you even when you did not realize it. His faithfulness has followed you through every chapter of your life. The same God who helped you yesterday is with you today and will guide you tomorrow. No challenge is too great for Him. No situation is beyond His ability to restore. Trust Him one step at a time and let faith become stronger than fear. One of the greatest gifts you can develop is gratitude. Gratitude does not ignore problems, but it changes the way you see them. When you focus only on what is missing, discouragement grows. When you remember what God has already done, hope begins to rise. Take a moment to think about the blessings in your life. Think about the people who care. Think about the times when God made a way, even when no solution seemed possible. Gratitude shifts your attention from fear to faith. It reminds you that God has been faithful in the past and will continue to be faithful in the future. Every day may not be easy, but every day carries evidence of God's goodness. The more you recognize those blessings, the stronger your confidence in Him becomes. As you move forward, remember that your future is not determined by your current circumstances. A difficult season does not mean a difficult life. A setback does not mean defeat. What you see today is only one chapter, not the entire story. God is still opening doors, creating opportunities, and guiding your steps. Continue to pray even when answers seem delayed. Continue to trust even when the road ahead is unclear. Every step of faith matters. Every prayer matters. Every act of obedience matters. God is working in ways you cannot yet see. One day you will look back and realize that He was leading you all along. Until then, keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that your best days are not behind you. There may be times when you compare your journey to someone else's and wonder why their life seems to be moving faster. You see people reaching goals, receiving opportunities, and achieving success while you are still waiting. Comparison can quietly steal your joy and make you forget how unique your path truly is. God is not writing the same story for everyone. The timing of your life is different because your purpose is different. What is meant for you does not require you to compete with anyone else. Instead of focusing on where others are, focus on where God is leading you. Every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, and every step you take is preparing you for something meaningful. Trust the process. Trust God's time. What He has planned for your life will arrive exactly when it is needed. The world often measures success by money, status, and recognition. But God sees something deeper. He looks at your character, your faith, and the condition of your heart. A person can appear successful on the outside while feeling empty within. True success comes from knowing that you are living according to God's purpose. It comes from having peace, it comes from remaining faithful when life becomes difficult. Do not underestimate the value of kindness, patience, humility, and love. These qualities may not always attract attention, but they have lasting impact. The choices you make today are shaping the person you are becoming tomorrow. Continue choosing integrity over shortcuts, faith over fear, and hope over discouragement. The rewards of those choices often appear in ways you never expected. Perhaps you have been carrying worries about the future, questions about finances, family, health, or opportunities may be weighing heavily on your mind. While those concerns are real, remember that worrying does not change tomorrow. It only steals strength from today. God invites you to bring your concerns to Him and trust that He is able to guide you through whatever. This does not mean life will always be easy, but it does mean you do not have to face it alone. When fear tries to overwhelm you, choose faith. When uncertainty tries to discourage you, choose trust. When negative thoughts try to control your mind, remember God's promises. He is with you in every season, every challenge, and every victory. Hold on to hope, because God is still working, even when you cannot yet see the results. As this message comes to a close, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on how far you have already come. There were seasons when you thought you would not make it through. There were battles that left you exhausted, and moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing forward. Yet here you are. You survived every difficult chapter that tried to break you. Even when your strength felt gone, God continued carrying you through. Never underestimate what He has already done in your life. The same God who brought you through yesterday's struggles is fully capable of leading you through today's challenges. Your story is a reminder that strength often grows during difficult seasons. Every challenge you have faced has helped shape the person you are becoming today. As you move into the days ahead, choose to walk with confidence instead of fear. Do not allow temporary problems to convince you that permanent defeat is waiting for you. Difficult moments come and go, but God's faithfulness remains constant. Continue praying, continue believing, and continue taking small steps forward. Progress. Trust that God is guiding you even when the path seems unclear. Trust that He is opening doors you cannot yet see. Trust that He is preparing opportunities, relationships, and blessings in His perfect timing. You may not know exactly what the future holds, but you can be confident in the one who holds your future. Let hope become stronger than worry. Before you leave, remember this simple truth: you are loved, you are valued, and you are never alone. No matter what challenges you are facing today, God sees you. He knows your struggles, your dreams, and the desires of your heart. Keep trusting Him one day at a time. Keep believing that better days are ahead. Keep moving forward. One day, you will look back and realize that God was working through every season, every delay, and every challenge for a greater purpose. If this message encouraged you, take a moment to share it with someone who may need hope today. And if you believe God is still working in your life, write Amen in the comments as a simple declaration of faith. May God's peace, wisdom,